Hello. Hello. Don't really know how to start this video, but hi. My name is Lillian. I am a 20 something, just trying to figure out life, man. I crave a cozy life. You know, the soft life, sure, of course, right? I deserve that. But I just want to reduce as much stress as possible. Um, Dewhelm, what is it, underwhelm my mind as much as possible and do my grandma hobbies in peace. That's all I want to do. And you know, I've tried this YouTube thing several times. Several times. I've tried different niches, trying to do just doing art when I was doing art, or doing like journaling and stuff, and even just like exploring, just doing fiber arts and knitting and whatnot. But nothing ever stuck. But always in the back of my mind, I always gravitated towards, the girlies that were trying to get their life together. And I am not here to tell you how to do that because I lost. Sorry if you can hear car stuff in the background. I'm obviously in a car. I'm parked, but I'm obviously in a car because I'm comfortable this way. I hope you don't mind. But yes, I am not here to tell you what to do. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm making this in hopes that we can figure it out together. My goal is balance. I just want to find balance in life. And, I'm still young. Amen. And hopefully I've got a good amount of life to go. Unless the world starts burning, then I will be on the first NyQuil trip out. But until then, as I get older, I really crave simplicity. I just need some accountability buddies. Accountability buddies. What do they call them? Accountability buddies. Accountability buddies. So if that's what you're into, please like and subscribe and follow me along. Um, I would like to give maybe weekly, bi-weekly, monthly updates. Again, not trying to overwhelm or stress myself out. And share different types of stuff with you, like, how my goals are going, what I'm working on, projects and stuff like that. So, in order to kick that off, I think it would be cool to share the main goals I have for this year, 2025. Nothing too big. I hope I've already accomplished a few. I got a new job. Woo. The job I was at was terrible, absolutely horrific. I'm a pharmacy technician, and sometimes that's all I need to share. You may understand. But I was working in a retail pharmacy and it was awful. I'm still a pharmacy tech, but I'm in a little quieter pharmacy, a lot less stress, and having a pretty good time. I don't know if you can hear it. I feel like I'm fighting off illness. It's flu season. I already had sick at the beginning of this year, but I'm still fighting for my life, I guess. But yeah, I got a new job. In the midst of that, I had to get a car. This is my first ever car. Woo! And I love her and she's so cute. So I needed transportation. Oh, I should mention I live at home, you know, the economy and whatnot, life kind of happening around me, not really going to plan. And I'm just figuring it out as I go. And thankfully, I've been blessed to have the opportunity to stay at home with my mother. But I did not have a car. And before, where I was working, the situation was convenient. But now I have to drive a little further to work. So I had to do this. And it's something I've wanted to do for a while. I put a lot of research and did a lot of planning into this. If you want a video and explanation of how I went into doing all the research to get my first car and planning and stuff, I can do that. However, I do have an impending car note now coming up at the end of this month. And I'm like, and I have a plan. That was a part of the whole part of me, you know, researching and planning to get this car. Like, I know I can do it based on, my new job and everything. And I've been trying to budget hardcore, which we'll also hopefully talk about here in this journey. But just the thought of having a car note and now insurance does stress me out. But it's fine. We're going to figure it out. So, tangent aside, those two goals I have accomplished. So, January 2025, we're moving hot. Now it's February, and I'm like, so let's go over my goals. We are racing the sun. The sun sets so early, as you know, it's winter, and the sun is setting fast. So let's go over this. My little notebook. Okay, first, I want to increase my credit score. Now, I've been working very hard on this since last year. My credit took a couple hits in like 2022, 2023. And so, I've been working hard to get it up. I've gone up quite a bit in the last year, and I've been gaming the system. And I really want to focus and just pay it down this next few months. Thank God I don't have a lot of credit card debt, but it's enough. It's enough that it's still impacting my life. So I definitely want to minimize that, which leads us into the next goal. I want to minimize my credit utilization to at least 30%. Hopefully that goal will be reached first. Obviously, I mean, actually no. I feel like I can increase my score. I'm trying to get to a certain number, but maybe the number will come before the 30%. But I have a plan for hopefully in the next 6 months, at least by the end of the year, to to decrease it to 30%. Next, I'd like to develop a morning routine. No, morning routines, plural. Because I was watching a video by this creator this morning. I'll have to include a link. Because at first I had developed a motivating morning routine, but I believe I have a touch of that a touch of that tism, as the psychiatrists like to ask every time I like to meet, and a bit of that ADHD. And so I struggle with consistency a lot all my life, and it's something that I've craved so much. And so I'm always trying to chase, new improvement to, throw myself all in. But I've learned that I can't just, quit all my habits cold turkey and just jump into it, because I burn out faster than a candle. Like some dynamite, I burn. And so I need multiple routines to meet me at each energy level. Like a high energy, let's go, my everyday kind of baseline, and then that low, I don't feel like doing nothing, but let's kind of just accomplish these basic tasks to start the day. So I want to develop morning routines. On the opposite end, I would like to develop night routines. Same premise. Next, I want to find ways to incorporate exercise into daily life. That does not mean every day. That does not mean start going to the gym I don't like to exercise, but I am in my mid-20s and my body is falling apart because of the genetics that I have been given, and I have not been doing anything to combat them to make myself feel better. I got bad knees, I got flat feet, I got bad back. Um, I like grandma hobbies and I have a grandma body, you know? And, I don't have that much stamina. My bones are rickety, not very flexible. So I'd like to work on that. Even if that starts with something at home. I have Just Dance. Maybe I'll try doing that a couple times a week. Something to get my heart rate going. Something. I need to do something. So that's one goal. Next one. I'd like to knit a sweater. I have been knitting for, I'd say officially about a year. I started like actually knitting the beginning of last year. I've been crocheting since 2023, I believe. And I just crocheted my first sweater. I finished it last week. So that was fun. It's very cute. I love it. It was a granny square sweater. Trying to get rid of some yarn. That goal is coming up. But yeah, trying to get rid of some yarn, and it's hot. So it's like I want to knit sweaters, but time and life and the weather make it kind of hard. But it's on my goal. It's on my goal list. And specifically for this month, I'm I have an idea for a sweater for Valentine's Day and a lot of chunky yarn. And that means I have, what day is today? The 5th? Is that 9 days? Oh, we'll see. Next, I'd like to decrease my yarn stash to like 30%. Kind of an arbitrary number. I don't know. 30% is always like, below the halfway point. Not too much, but not like empty. Is that the police? Anyways. So yes, so I think, I don't know, I can eyeball measure it. I have a lot of yarn. And I destashed a lot last October. Yeah. So I think the best way to measure it would be, I guess, logging everything. Oh, it's the bus. Logging everything in Ravelry and kind of just trying to use my projects on there to log how much of my stash I'm using. And side goal on top of that, to purchase yarn as I need it. Like, for a project. Once I use up all my stuff. But I've been doing pretty good about not going to the store and just being like, or going to the store and being like, ooh, that's cute. I've been more thoughtful about that. But I'm still not, using it fast enough. So that is a goal. Next, I'd like to read 12 books in the new year. I enjoy reading. I'm not as avid of a reader as I was in high school, middle school, but I've been trying to get back into it since college, and yeah, I think 12 books is pretty attainable. Last year, I did a lot of like bus rides out of town to visit friends and stuff, and during those rides, I do audiobooks and just knit and crochet. So I got a couple books, so I think I can hit 12. The aim is like one book a month. Kind of fell behind a little bit in January. I forgot about this goal until like the end of the month, and then I was like, oh, I should probably start a book so I'm not like trying to double, triple up in like June or something. So I started reading at the end of January. Thankfully, it was a pretty good book. And so I finished it last night. I was reading it on my lunch breaks, and then got to a point where I was like, I'm going to binge this book. So I did, and it was pretty good. Maybe I can share, reviews or book wrap ups, to make sure I'm staying on top of that goal, but also to share some recommendations, my thoughts on books. I've always thought that was cool. I like following other people on BookTube, not Book Talk. I don't do that. I don't do book talk, but BookTube, I've loved that since I was back in like high school and stuff. So I think that'd be nice to just dibble dabble in that. Also, 12 books is a decent amount of books, and I don't stay on top of what other people are reading unless it's a booktuber I watch, which I watch like one right now currently. Lily reads, love Kenya. So if you guys have any book recommendations, please let me know. Currently, I've always liked romance, not really fantasy. It can have smut, but I'm kind of tired of like overly smutty. I like a slow burn, I don't want them to start hunching on the second chapter. So give me a slow burn. I've been really into YA because of that. YA romance has been very good because it's pure and it's nice and it's sweet, and sometimes the third act conflicts actually have weight. And I'm going on a tangent. I'm so sorry. Also prefer books with people of color. So if you could leave Rex, that'd be great. Next. Oh, I want to get my pets to the vet. That goes without saying, they need to go to the vet. Next. I'd like to figure out where I want to go in my career. So, as I said, I am a pharmacy technician. That is not at all what I went to school for. I went to school for art. And specifically, my dream was always, I guess, has always been to start my own cosmetics line. But as life goes on and life goes, it starts to seem less attainable. And I had ideas as to where I should be and where I wanted to travel in order to accomplish these goals, and I don't know. So I'd like to take this year to figure out where I'd like to go next. Because where I'm not at now is fine for now. It's allowing me to live and survive, and I'm not hating it. However, I know this is not where I'm meant to be forever. So I'd like to try and map out the next step. Next. As I said, I did study art, and I have not been making art in a while. I used to have a fan art account, yeah. And I was making and selling art and creating products and all this stuff, and it got kind of wild, and there were some issues, and it kind of burnt me out. And since like 2022, I think I have not. What year is this? Oh yeah, I guess probably about 2023. So maybe 23. I don't know. 2022, 2023. I kind of got burnt out and haven't been really inspired to create. And I have moments where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get back into it. And a couple months ago, I bought a new sketchbook, and I, was following all the artists again and like feeling inspired. But I don't know, when I was drawing fan art, I had a thing that was always keeping me going, kept me having new ideas and stuff like that. But now I'm not really in fandom anymore, so I'm kind of like, and I have ideas of what I want to go, but I feel like I can't draw anymore. Anyways, I say all this to say, since 2019, I believe, I have had a concept for a webtoon that has been living in my brain and in my Notion notes and sketchbooks, and I actually launched it back in 2023, but the way I did it was so chaotic that I burnt out as soon as I posted the first episode. Also, I'm a perfectionist. We'll also be working on this hopefully during this journey. And I say all this to say that I love telling stories and I love art. And I would like to allow myself to explore that medium more through webcomics and stuff like that this year, just to see if it's an option. I don't want to force myself. I don't want to try and go hard. Stuff like, even if it's for me, sharing with my friends, posting casually, I want to start getting that out of my head. It's been up there and it needs to go. It's been taking up a lot of space, and yeah, I really want to see if that's just like something I can do to push myself, not push myself creatively, but let that outlet out because it's been cooped up a lot. So yeah, the sun is going. We only have a couple more. Next, I'd like to get my natural hair done at a salon. This is not my natural hair. I like to wear a lot of protective styles, braids, wigs, extensions, stuff like that. And that a side note to getting my hair done at a natural or getting my natural hair done. I want to kind of find a simplified way to style my hair. I change it a lot because I get bored very easily, but I also want something simple, easy to go, low maintenance, so my hair can, grow in peace and thrive and not be manipulated a lot. But I also have not been to a salon in forever because, it can be costly. Sometimes people are funny acting. You don't know where to go, who you can trust. So I've been doing my hair myself, especially like when I was in like high school and college. I couldn't afford to just be going to a salon. So I learned how to do my hair myself, braids, wigs, sewing, stuff like that. But like, I'm tired. And if I can cut out that stress or feel the impending doom of the days where I have to sit down and braid my hair, that would be good. So if I can find somebody to do it and afford to pay for it to get done, that would be nice. But until then, I will be doing it myself. So I'd like to find, styles that I can do that don't stress me out, and I don't have to think about too hard. But not too much of a serious goal, just some slight. But big goal. I want to move out. I want to move out so bad. Um, when I was in college, I had roommates, and I don't want to do that again. And the cost of living has gone up so much. It's gone up so much. But, thankfully, with my new job, I am blessed to be making more money. Is it livable? We'll find out. So I'd like to save up a lot. So again, I'll be doing a lot of budgeting. I'll be starting cash budgeting seriously once I get this new paycheck for this new job. And yeah, I would like to, document how I'm trying to navigate financial literacy and stuff like that. And next, as a part of moving out and budgeting and stuff, I'd like to find a secondary form of income. What? I don't know. Maybe I'll go to Publix and bake cakes or something. I work 8:30 to 5, so not too much time in the day, and I like my weekends to knit and crochet and sit in my bed and not do anything. So maybe I can explore art and start making products again. I don't know. It's getting dark. Thank you for listening to me ramble if you did. I feel comfortable making videos in my car because, again, I don't live by myself yet. And it's just like a little cozy little space. It's my space. It's my space. As you can see, this is my space. It smells like strawberries. She's pink. I have Hello Kitty in the back. You can't see her, but she's back there. So this is my cozy little space. So maybe we can do check-ins here eventually. Maybe I can do little vlogs and stuff to show you just what I'm working on in the day, in the weeks. I don't know. But yeah, I'd like this to be a little casual. Like I said, I've tried YouTube a few times in the past, and I'm a perfectionist, and I am very visually oriented and I don't want to say visionary, but you know, I want things to be perfect immediately. You can't see me. Oh, the car's off. It doesn't matter. I'm ending the video. Anyways, so I want things to be perfect immediately. And that's not how life works. That's not how things work. You have to grow, you have to progress. And I am working on trying to reduce stress. And I stress myself out by trying to be perfect. So if this can be as casual as possible and y'all still rock with me, that'd be great. Maybe not as casual as possible. I still like to be extra. I still like a little flair, stuff like that. But I'd appreciate y'all if y'all take me as I am and join me on this journey as I don't know. I don't want to say become an adult, but you know, figure it out. Thanks for watching thus far. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye bye.